Okay, week 4 time. This is the Jersey Weaviles that I'm fighting. It's an electric terrain offense of some sort when you look at the Pincurchin and the two future Paradox Mons. The Charizard is Terra Dragon, and I believe the Iron Thorns is Terra Flying. So, first of all, the Iron Bundle is scary. I have 0 switch-ins except for Goodra. Muck is an okay switch-in. And if I make Ursaring specially defensive, that is another option. Scizor is the physical wall breaker. Really hard to deal with, especially the Swords Dance sets. I'm gonna have to be very cautious about that, because if I let it in on a bad matchup for me, then it gets to spam U-turn freely. There's what is that? The Fido thing? Oh, Doxbon. Nice little fire resist, I guess, and dragon immunity. Toadscruel can get through my magic bounce with its ability, so it can set up spikes and has a decent time sporing my team. Slowbro might be a danger. High physical defense and regenerator is always a problem. And his spinner is Komala, which is kind of easy to handle with Palossand, the ultimate spin blocker. Bombardier and Clodsire, they could be troublesome. Clodsire specifically makes a decent defensive core with Slowbro, with Clodsire tanking the special attacks and Slowbro tanking the physical attacks. So what I can see from here is that Goodra is going to be very important to hold my team together to prevent Iron Bundle from melting through everything. And in order to preserve Goodra, all I need is to take care of Scizor, because Scizor has close combat this gen, and that is an easy way to dispatch of my Goodra. So basically I will have Goodra be my dedicated bundle switch-in, and everyone else will try to lure Scizor into my fire coverage. I can definitely spike stack on this person. It's gonna help versus Bundle, Scizor, Charizard, even Iron Thorns, as well as Pincurchin. Oh yeah, they have another spinner, which is Toadscruel. It could be a problem with Palossand, but Toadscruel isn't that strong. I have options to switch into its grass moves. And yeah, I am expecting some sort of electric terrain team coming out, so I devised a couple mons that can take advantage of Pincurchin, and you get to see them right now. With first up is Tsareena. A substitute allows me to set up on this Pincurchin, and with the HP EVs, none of its attacks ever can break my sub, unless it's like really offensively invested, which I doubt it. Rapid Spin allows me to take away the hazards that Pincurchin sets up, and they don't have a spin blocker. Yeah, no spin blockers. So that's a free Rapid Spin right there. And the speed EVs allow me to outpace base 90s after one Rapid Spin. Base 90, I believe, is... Oh, no. That doesn't help. It actually allows me to outspeed Iron Bundle at +2. So basically I can stall out the electric terrain, get up to +2 with Rapid Spin, and then Iron Bundle gets one-hit KO'd by Power Whip or High Jump Kick. Those are Tsareena's strongest options, and I believe Substitute will give me lots of ample opportunity to fire off these high-powered attacks. Then we have Iron Bundle switch in. The special defense makes it so that I don't get 2-hit KO'd by Specs Ice Beam. And then the defense makes sure I don't get 1-hit KO'd by Banded Close Combat from Caesar. Everything else is just coverage. Acid Armor protects me from Caesar a little better, so if it switches into me and I get the read right and put up Acid Armor, or I could just Flamethrower them. But Acid Armor also helps with Iron Thorns, Bombardier, and Komala. No Shelter this time. I want to be different. I don't want to be too predictable and run the same move, so no Shelter. If I'm going to run another defense boosting set in the future, I would use either Curse or Iron Defense. Oh, it doesn't have Iron Defense. Dang it, no Iron Defense. Anyway. Oh, and the speed outspeeds, I believe, Pincurchin. The max speed Pincurchin. Oh no, it outspeeds uninvested Caesar. Which I'm hoping he's gonna bring, because I also count for max attack, max HP Caesar. So, yeah. Next is my spin blocker. Make sure Komala can't do anything. It doesn't have knockoff this gen, so I think Komala's only way to hurt me is Wood Hammer, which gives it terrible recoil. Shadow Claw, which is super weak. And I think Sucker Punch, which is also super weak. Oh, and Ice Spinner, which removes his terrain, so I doubt he would run that. This is the standard 4 moves. Max physically defensive. Helps me versus Caesar as well. Gets up my Stealth Rock. Mostly for Bundle and Charizard. Now we have Ursaring. We have a slightly specially defensive one. This also makes sure that I don't get 2-hit KO'd by Specs Ice Beam, I believe. Yeah. So this one I don't get 3-hit KO'd, while because of leftovers, and this one I don't get 2-hit KO'd. Body Slam is my stab move of choice. The Para can help greatly versus their threats. And Fire Punch is for Caesar. The attack EVs make sure that Fire Punch 1-hit KO is max HP Caesar. Counter is to also deal with Caesar. They could try to predict my Terra Fairy. So, yes, I'm Terra Fairy because that's the only one I can run. They might try to read my Terra Fairy and just go for U-turn. Oh no, they might run my Terra Fairy and just go for Bullet Punch. And that way I can counter it and one-hit KO it through any sneaky Akka Berries or Focus. Actually, yeah, just Akka Berry. Or, if they know that I live the Bullet Punch, they could just U-turn away. So I can stay in normal type, tank the U-turn, and then deliver a powerful counter. Lots of physical threats too that counter would deal good damage against. And Seed Bomb is filler coverage, great for Bundle and Slowbro. It also covers Thorns, forcing him to Terra. That's about it. Now we have Espeon, another mon to take advantage of Pincurchin. The plan is to Magic Bounce the spikes away. And then from there I just throw out hard-hitting attacks, because their special defense is not that good. The team's special defense, their best option is Clodsire, which is weak to Psychic. So Espeon is capable of one-hit KOing or two-hit KOing their entire team, except for maybe especially defensive Scizor and Komala. Reflect once again, because there's lots of physical threats. All the special threats is handled by Goodra. And now we have another physical check with Rocky Helmet. Infiltrator Noivern. It's mostly there to stop Clodsire from being too crazy. With Taunt, I can block the hazards and Toxic. I can also stop Slowbro from setting up stuff. And I can stop Pincurchin from setting up hazards. Taunt also is good against Toedscruel, so there's that. And the rest of my moves are just for damage. U-turn gets me out of the bad matchup because Noivern is pretty weak. I don't want it becoming setup fodder. Noivern is really good at luring in Iron Bundle, so I can U-turn on the switch. Or if I don't get that right and I accidentally taunt it on the switch, I can still read a flip turn and trigger Rocky Helmet there. And now let's see how the battle goes. So there's no Pincurchin or Iron Thorns, so it's not really an electric terrain team. I'm like, okay. Well, then Tsareena still looks really good here with +2 speed. It should be able to deal with most of their stuff. Maybe Curse Scizor or Charizard not tearing would be a problem, but I always should be behind the sub thanks to Toedscruel. Unless it's like Sludge Bomb Toedscruel. But let's see, I don't remember who I led with. I would try... I would try Ursaring, because it lives everything and is capable of doing huge damage back to everything. We have Seed Bomb for Bundle, Fire Punch for Scizor, and Body Slam for everything else. And they're all pretty fast mons, so the Body Slam para would be very appreciated for stuff like Goodra and Tsareena. Yep, I lead Ursaring, and they lead Iron Bundle. Now, I know I can't get 2-hit KO'd by Specs Ice Beam, so I will just go for the read, because they are not gonna sack their iron bundle right away. In fact, their iron bundle looks like a win condition. So I would think they would flip turn away into Caesar, who seems like a very safe switch-in, considering my sets so far have just been mono-attacking setup. If it was Bandit or Swords Dance Caesar, that would basically counter that set. So yep, flip turns into Caesar and I get the Fire Punch read. So yeah, Caesar would beat my mono attacking set, but this time I am just a colorful attack set. I didn't want Ursaring to be too much of a one-trick pony, so that colorful attacking set really came in clutch there. Caesar was definitely the premier switch-in, since it resists both normal and fairy, and that's why I went for Fire Punch. So I got rid of the biggest Gudra threat right away, and as you can see, he terrored right away and hits the Focus Blast, and I land the Body Slam, but no para. I was surprised he went for Focus Blast, because I have Terra Fairy. I thought they would just go for a fire move, but that was some big damage that I didn't need to take. So now I send out Espeon, thinking, well, I can take another Focus Blast, and I can 1-hit KO it back. Said it's Substitute. And I was a little scared there if it was Salic Berry, but no, I believe later in the match, I was told it was Wide Lens, so yeah. I get off the Psychic, while they get off a Blaze boosted Fire Blast, and I miraculously lived. So now, Komala comes out to take my, I believe I Power Gem to read the Bombardier switch-in. Yeah, an unnecessary read, but I just go for the Suicide Reflect. That way, all of their Mons would be stopped by Reflect. Well, only 2 of them, but the ones that aren't stopped by Reflect are easily countered. We have Iron Bundle stopped by Gudra, and Toadscroll stopped by Tsareena. And Charizard is low enough to be stopped by Noivern. So, with the Reflect up, Komala and Bombardier are they don't really hurt me at all. So I can send out whoever I want. And I decide to get up Rocks in front of a Dark type. And they go for U-turn. Now Rocks is really helpful here. Now, and I'm just gonna check if they have Rapid Spin, but they don't. And now I set up my sub and start trying to go to town with them. With Caesar gone and Charizard at low health and Terrad, if Tsareena gets the +2, I basically sweep them right then and there. So that is the goal. Just get 2 Rapid Spins and I win. Unfortunately, Reflect doesn't really do anything here. There's no way my sub lived that, but my high jump kick freaking missed. It's like, oh man, what the heck, Tsareena? Of course. So the reason why I didn't go for the spin right away was because, yeah, Reflect was not helping at all, and it ran out. So once Brave Bird broke my sub and I spun it, then I would be in range for another Brave Bird. Though I could have attempted to Rapid Spin and then high jump kick, but seeing as how my luck didn't play out, I think that was the bad play. Ended up saving my Tsareena. So over here, I switch just to get as much chip as possible. I know my dual stab is walled, but I decide to just heal up. And as they sack their Bombardier. And now in comes non-boots Iron Bundle. I always go to my Gudra for this. And there's the freeze try. It looks to be a Specs freeze try. And yep, now that Gudra was in on the bundle, all I have to do is click Flash Cannon. He has no resists, and all of them have pretty weak ways of healing, so I can begin to start whittling him down. It's going to be backed up by Rock, so it's now a war of attrition. As long as Gudra can keep switching in to Delibird, then I can keep getting a free Flash Cannon, and then Delibird will eventually run out of switches. But on the flip side, Gudra is my only thing standing between a Delibird 6-0. So I have to be very careful with Gudra to make sure that Delibird doesn't flip turn on me and deny me of my free Flash Cannons. So over here, there's definitely a rapid spin potential, so I just spin block. And yep, I get the rapid spin. Even if they U-turn, I have Rocky Helmet, so I'm always going to be making progress. Over here, I just get as much bonus damage as possible. And they double into Iron Bundle. Now, I didn't understand that because I understood that perfectly well. That was a good switch. Because Tsareena is my dedicated Toadscroll switch-in. They made a good read over there. And I was like, well, nope. In comes Gudra again. They go for Freeze Dry. And now I get another free Flash Cannon. It appears this Komala does not have Wish, because I would have went for a Wish here, but Palo Sands seems to hard counter him. They do have Ice Spinner. It makes sense since there's no electric terrain. And from there they go for a U-turn, which ends up destroying themselves. So I'm making good progress against the Iron Bundle. It only has 3 more switch-ins. Over here, I just keep trying to force out the Iron Bundle so to limit its number of switches. I'm like, okay, free Power Whip time. But my sub was too weak. I could have calced for that, but Tsareena didn't get to do a sub, and Tsareena didn't get a free Power Whip. So Tsareena was not listening to me at all. The high jump kick miss and the Power Whip miss. Kind of wanted Tsareena to do the dash on this team, but I guess that wouldn't happen. But as you can see, that Power Whip did big damage. Over here, I preserve Tsareena as a sack. They have no switch-ins, and I believe the Toadscroll, Toadscroll had no way to touch me. Over here, I think I sacked Noivern, because I did not want the Specs Freeze Dry to start 2-hit KOing me, my Gudra. And from there, they were cornered. It appears this Delibird, this Iron Bundle didn't have Ice Beam. That would have helped a lot. And all that's left is, and he just died to rocks. So yeah, it was very close. If they ran Ice Beam, this would have been really dicey. Because, my team was very low. My Ursaring was very low to take on that Delibird. I made it take a Focus Blast for no reason. And because of that, it put Delibird in a really good position if they could remove my Goodra. But thankfully I had partners for Goodra to handle all of their possible switch-ins. So that way, Goodra can switch in, activate the leftovers, make some progress with Flash Cannon, heal more with leftovers, then I just switch to the appropriate check, rinse and repeat. I feel like the Caesar read at the beginning was super crucial, and I wish that Tsareena wouldn't have missed both of her attacks, but I'm just saving my karma, I guess, saving it for later. Alright then, thank you very much.